What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today I want to talk a little bit about our kickers, okay? And I say kickers with an S on the end, right? Plural, because I want to talk about both Matt Gay and Spencer Shrader. This is about the future and what could possibly happen, right? We know Matt Gay struggled in this preseason, and Matt Gay through his career isn't perfect, right? No kicker is, but when you're talking about the kind of money he's making, right? You look at Matt Gay's contract, and going into the 2023 season, he signed a deal 4 years, $22.5 million, including $13 million guaranteed. Okay, that's $5.625 million per year annually on that deal. Now, guaranteed per year, that breaks down to 3.25. And the way NFL contracts works, it doesn't work like that, but that's what we're talking about on a per year basis. He's one of the most expensive kickers in the league. At the time he signed his contract in 2023, it was the second highest paid kicker in NFL history. So for Matt Gay, like as we go in to the 2024 season, we saw the struggles from the preseason. That's what people are going to be worried about. That's what I'm worried about, right? When it matters most, will he be able to make the kicks? And look, we saw last year in different situations, specifically the Baltimore game, right? That's the one we're all going to think about, where he hit 5 field goals, 4 of them were from over 50 yards. Terrible elements, and he was able to make it happen. We don't win that game if it's not for Matt Gay, right? He kicked the winning field goal, but he also got us there. So coming into this year, that's where he's going to get some leeway because he's Matt Gay. He's been good. He's had a good career. He's making a lot of money. But as we start pushing into the future and you want to get people around Anthony Richardson, you need to build a team. Like in the future, what's the plan going to be, right? Next year, we're going to have to make moves next year. You know, are we going to bring back Julian Blackmon? Are we going to bring back Ryan Kelly? There are going to be other people that their contracts are running up. Are we going to bring them back? Are we going to go get any of the very high profile free agents that are going to be available for next season, right? And of course, as you go further into the future, more salary cap opens up. Pardon the interruption. I just want to let you guys know how much I appreciate you stopping by the channel. And I also want to say that when I look at the analytics, 50% of the people that come by and watch this channel are not subscribed. So as Peyton's telling you to do here, hit that subscribe button right now. Turn those notifications on so you get notified when any videos come out. Now, if you need any further proof of why you need to subscribe, when you look at the numbers, 62.4% of the views on this channel over the last month have come from people that are not subscribed to the channel. So again, if you're one of those people, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you so much. And let's get back into the video. Some of the contracts that were signed this offseason, it of course is going to take money away from what we do next season. Next season, we were supposed to have quite the amount going into the offseason, and that's going to be backed off. And this isn't a salary cap conversation. That's just where my brain starts rolling, right? So when you're talking about it, the reason I'm bringing up the salary cap, though, is because Matt Gay, is he going to be a salary cap casualty when you have a guy like Spencer Shrader? And what we saw in the third preseason game was not only can Spencer Shrader bomb balls, and he was kicking right down the middle, did a good job on extra points, did a good job. I think he had a 56-yard field goal, I think it was, or 54-yard or something like that, or a long field goal, and drilled it. With plenty of room to spare. He can smash footballs, right? The issue for Spencer Shrader is going to be accuracy, right? When you look at his career in college, he spent 4 years at South Florida, and honestly, he didn't get much work there, right? In terms of extra points, right? 12, 11, 35, 37. And throughout his first 4 years, he only missed one of those. So basically automatic there. Then you look at his field goals made, field goals attempted. That's where it starts to get a little tricky. Okay, in his freshman year, he goes 4 for 9. Not great. Second year, he only goes 4 for 6. He didn't seem to play a lot. He only played in 8 games, only appeared in 8 games. And his sophomore year was where he went 11 for 12 on extra points. And then he went 4 for 6 on field goals. So not a lot of action there. Then in his junior season, he ends up going 11 for 13. So a little more action, but still not what you want it to be. And then 9 of 13 his fourth year or his senior year at South Florida. So ends up at 69.2 overall. Just not great numbers. The accuracy just not there. Then you go to Notre Dame, things tick up a lot, right? His extra points attempted goes all the way up to 62. And he made 61 of those. So his entire college career, he ends up 156 out of 158, 98.7%. Extra points are good. When he's closer, he's good. But then as you look at his field goals, while he was with Notre Dame, it's 15 for 22, 68.2%. So that, again, not great. That's actually really bad in terms of what you're looking for in an NFL kicker. It's not good. So understandable why he's not going to make a roster. You want to see him do it consistently. Can he consistently perform? And I think when you're talking about a kicker and somebody who's coming in, he's going to be able to learn from Matt Gay, right? He's going to be on his hip. He's going to learn some things from Matt Gay that Matt Gay's done over his career and things that Matt Gay has learned as a veteran in the league now. And he can take that. And of course, Matt Gay's not just going to mentor him so he can take his job. And that honestly is one common misconception that a lot of people have in the NFL. Nobody's going to mentor somebody because the younger guys are going to come take the older guys' jobs. It's just, as a younger guy coming in, you need to learn what you need to learn, and the veteran guys are going to help them learn so that they can win. The objective's to win. Everybody wants to win. Now, in terms of kicker, it does get a little different. How much will he show him? There's probably going to be some gamesmanship there, some stuff that he's not going to give him, or maybe Matt Gage is going to be a nice guy, and he's going to show him everything that he knows. But either way, Spencer Shrader is going to have an opportunity next season with the way things work, with the way contracts work, with us maybe needing to clear a little extra space. Like, there's a chance that we're looking next offseason where Matt Gay didn't have a season that was up to his standards and, had the rough preseason, then led to a not so great season. Do we take a chance on Spencer Shrader at that point, right? Somebody that might be able to hit a 65-yard field goal. Can he keep it straight is really the question. So going forward, that's what's going to be really interesting, right? And of course, just like everybody else, I was excited about Matt Gay coming in. I thought, again, he did well last year. And looking at his numbers from year to year, as a rookie in the NFL, he ended up with 77.1% field goal percentage, but then immediately got that up to 87.5 and then went up to 94.1, then came down a little bit, but was still at 93.3, right? Somebody that is fairly automatic in the NFL. You look at his long, 58, 51, 55, 58, 57. So he can hit the long ball. But when you look at what he did with us last year, he ended up 80.5%. Overall, when you look at his numbers, 33 of 41 on field goals. So, and that's the most field goals he's attempted in a single season in his NFL career. So he had a chance to bring that number up. It should have been higher. 80.5% just isn't good enough. It's the second worst of his career. So he's going to have to be better, which is why I'm bringing this subject up. I've seen these numbers before, right? Like, of course, I look into a lot of different things. Colts, so I've seen the number before. And I want to make sure Colts fans understand what we're looking at in 2024, right? What we saw in the preseason is kind of indicative of what we saw last year. He took a downslide from 22 to 23. We need to hope he doesn't take another downslide from 23 to 24. It actually needs to be quite the improvement. We need him to be 90% plus. If he's anywhere under 90%, I think there's a good chance we might move on from Matt Gay next offseason. So that's something that as I sit here and I'm thinking, right, we bring back Spencer Shrader to be on the practice squad, which is great. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, the writing is on the wall, right? Matt Gay has to perform, or Spencer Shrader could end up being the Colts kicker at the beginning of 2025. So that's just the early read that I'm getting on the situation. We'll see. Hey, maybe Spencer Shrader doesn't spend the entire season on the practice squad, but I think it'd be smart for us to keep him there, continue to work with him. Again, I think we have great coaches. Shane Steichen, obviously being the leader of it, but I think we have great coaches. And so I think from a special teams perspective, I think they're going to be able to work with the young guy enough. Right? Again, he can boot the ball. Get a guy that can kick 60-plus yard field goals. teach him how to kick it down the middle, right? Get the mechanics correct so he's kicking straight, and then boom, we have a guy that's going to be a long-term kicker. Like if we can get our Justin Tucker, right? Justin Tucker, not a big guy. Spencer Shrader, not a big guy. Usually kickers are guys with big legs, right? Traditionally, that's the way it goes. And then the new age, it seems like that's starting to switch, right? These guys that have more flexibility and can use their leg like a whip. Seems like Spencer Shrader can do that. Maybe he can be the guy for the future, and we'll see what happens there. Of course, I want to know what your opinion is on all this. How do you feel about Matt Gay? How do you feel about Spencer Shrader being back on the practice squad? What do you think happens in the future? Whatever it is, you let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, of course. Appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.